Now we're back. Like I said before, always start with defaulted. Now we're going to work some sounding. As you see, I'm using a Pioneer stereo amp. What you want to do, you always want to level it. Don't always worry about trying to turn the bass on. What you want to do, you want to turn it to stereo sound. Take your bass knob, always put it to mid. Take your treble. You can start off in mid, but I always like to put mine like 75% instead of completely 100%, because depending on what you're using, a mixer or a digital track board, whether it's analog or digital, depending on what you're using, when you start off to mix something down, if you got one thing, probably like your treble too high and you make your instruments, that's what you're hearing back. And if you're not taking the time to do it right, which will be defaulted and work it out, sometimes your music can probably come out not crappy, but it always will be something that will mess the whole mix up. So back to the board. Now, to make, even though you take a whole bunch of instruments and put them into different tracks, microphones, different components, how you get them to respond all together into one place is you go down to the track and you click main. You want to arm each track, not all of them. I mean, you can have them pre-armed. If you don't have nothing in it, then won't nothing come on. So for starters, like I said, you don't have to, but being as though I use multiple, instruments, you want to set everything on main. Now you can also set your subs if you choose. I like to use subs 3 and 4 and subs 2 and 1, but I don't use them on everything. So I like to work my way in it. And for everything else, you take the subs off. I like to keep the subs on when it comes to the actual beat or the drum pattern, the beat machine, for example, this Yamaha right here or this Yamaha right here. I might use the subs on here, to give a deeper impact. Besides, changing the accent and panning on here, or for vice versa on here, the more digital one, and it's also a digital track board that's inside of here. Now to arm your subs, just click on them. I'm using 3 and 4, so 1, 2, 5, and 6 don't need to be used because I'm using 3 and 4. You want to click main mix, sub 3 and 4. Now it's part of the main mix, and even when it's played back through the earphones, which is ran into the booth and also ran to the person who's listening, the producer, myself, we both hear the same quality of what I'm putting into the board. Now let's give a little playback. So let's go to the subs. Like I said, we're using 3 and 4. So just adjust it up to the bold. Sometimes I like to have these preset, which I'll do. And the reason why is because when I'm ready to use another instrument and I'm running into the sub through 1 and 2, I just like to automatically come press my 1, 2, and 5 and 6 on my left and right subs. Then make sure that they're already in, so it also takes out the hassle. So I'll add that in. Now, increase a little bit of volume, say about 45%. You could do 50. And give it a play. See, it's already responding nice and clear. So all you have to do is go back to your board when you're ready. If you want to increase it, with the trim. If you want to turn up the volume with the aux, decrease it. turn the treble for your hi-hats, also for the voice, to clear out the voice. You want to decrease the background melody. You want to strengthen the background melody. If you want to add a little kick into it from your drums, or if you even want to do the bass, and that'll be the bass. This will be the drums, the snares, the claps, melody, hi-hats, clarification of voice if you're using a microphone, and the trem. Now the next part I'm going to show you is how to hook a secondary instrument into the board.